Jai Hind, Namaskar. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the Blue Ocean strategy, and this is the first video of asynchronous mode of lecture. And the topic of this is external environment scanning. That is the second topic. Before we start discussing, let me tell you that the Blue Ocean strategy was given by W. Chan King and Rennie Mauborn, and they published one article in uh, Harvard Business Review in year 2004, and they were in the view that the business universe can be divided into two space or that is one is blue ocean and another is red ocean. They were in the view that the red ocean consists of the different business organization who are competing with each other, and slowly the business organization or the competition is increasing in that particular space. And once it becomes crowded, then what happens that the brand convert into the commodity. So once it has converted into the commodity, so slowly the profit is decreasing, and due to this competition the ocean becomes red. So that is what the term given, that is the red ocean. But what happens that either you have the option to competing with each other, and slowly you reduce your profit. Otherwise, the next option you have, that you transform your business and enter into the another space, that is known as blue ocean, where the where either there is no competition, or and you have transformed your business or innovate in such a way, so that now your customers are different. So that means you have entered into a new market where it is blue ocean. That means there are less competitors and you are able to earn more and more profit. So here the authors have given one example of Cirque du Soleil firm. They were earlier, they were in the business of circus. And as we know that earlier when I was kid, so definitely in a every year the circus was coming to my city, and we were happily going there. But at the same time, let me tell you that we were looking for the passes. We were not ready to pay for the circus. So you can understand how they were getting profit. That means most of the people were not in. They were interested to see, but most of the people were not willing to pay that much money. Okay, but this company, what they did, that definitely they faced the situation, and finally the Cirque du Soleil. The brief history about this company is Cirque du Soleil founded in 1984 by a group of street performers. So you can see Cirque has staged dozens of productions seen by some 40 million people in 90 cities around the world. In 20 years, Cirque has achieved revenues that Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey, the world's leading circus, took more than a century to attain. So you can see the success of this company. So Cirque's rapid growth occurred in an unlikely setting. The circus business was and still is in long-term decline, as we know it. So alternative forms of entertainment, sporting events, TV and video games were casting a growing shadow. Children, the mainstay of the circus audience, preferred PlayStation to Circus X. There was also rising sentiment fueled by animal rights group against the use of animals, traditionally an integral part of the circus. On the supply side, the star performers that Ringling and other circuits relied on to draw on the crowds could often name their own terms. So that was also they were facing the difficulty. So as a result, the industry was hit by a steadily decreasing audiences and increasing costs. So what is more, any new entrant to this business would be competing against a formidable incumbent that for most of the last century had set the industry standard. So you can understand that this that became the red ocean, okay, as per the authors. But how did the Cirque for profitably increase revenues the last 10 years in such an attractive environment? So let's see how they have transformed their business. The two video I am going to show you that how the circus, the from the circus, the circ company how transformed the business, and now they have found new customers, and they have innovated in the different manner.
To you, to me and us, all ready for a new start. For when it's dark, there's always light. Where sadness reigns, we conquer it with a smile. To the brave ones, the ones that stood the test of time, the ones who fly high, going down, just to come back up, always holding your hand. Stand tall and be proud. You will conquer all. Be amazing. Be yourself. Say it once and 1,000 times. The sun rises.
Let me give you some more idea about the circ.
My name's Toby Stanley, and I flip for a living.
My name's Jeffrey Garavillo. I'm a carpenter and rescue diver.
My name is Jenna Sievetz, and I am one of the nage swimmers in the Cirque du Soleil show. Oh,
Water is a way of life to me. I've spent well over 20 years of my life completely submerging myself in a body of water several hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. Without water, I would be lost.
it's just like a second home to me. It's so peaceful, um, and the way that it makes my body feel light.
I would say water means life to me. If I'm tired, I'm like, oh, I'll just take a shower, I'll be good. And it tricks my brain into thinking I'm starting my day over again.
Training with a mask on is hard. It's really hard when you're getting your cardio up on land and you're exerting your body, but being restricted, being, breathing and everything. But we are taking every precaution to be safe at work. But that has been a challenge.
I think the challenges that are apparent are the ones we kind of knew that were going to be there. So we're dealing with them and kind of just and keeping it lighthearted.
If you could go back and capture every last adrenaline rush you have ever experienced, put it in a jar, and then release it at once, that's what performing feels like. I'll go from being nervous to on top of the world, every feeling and emotion imaginable in between.
The way O was described to me is that it's really just the story of life. If you look at the opening scene, it's representing birth, then on to exploration, growth, love. But these artists are so talented, they're telling the story on stage, up in the air, and in the water. I think people are just as excited to be back to getting out and doing stuff as we are being a part of the show, being a part of those smiles at the end of the night and seeing people standing up and applauding and every artist coming off stage after they've just nailed their routine.
I feel like we are all going to be on such a massive high that we are finally back, and it will just be electrifying and amazing to be a part of.
So you can see now the Cirque company have found the new customers, they have found the new space, and that is known as the blue ocean, as per the authors. So Cirque du Soleil Entertainment Group completely reinvented circus arts, went into become a world leader in live entertainment. So, established in Montreal, the Canadian organization has brought wonder and delight to over 180 million spectators with productions presented in 450 cities in 60 countries. Cirque du Soleil Entertainment Group currently employs 4,000 people, including 1,300 artists who originate from nearly 50 countries. So now you can see that company has found new customers. and they are more willing to pay. You can see that in the circus business, the customers were not uh, willing to pay that much amount. But here you can see there are different customers, and they are willing to pay more and more to the company. So so further we can discuss about this. Cirque du Soleil Entertainment Group creates content for a broad range of audacious projects. On top of producing world-renowned shows, the organization has extended its creative approach to large variety of entertainment forms such as multimedia productions, immersive experiences, theme parks, and special events. Going beyond its various creations, Cirque du Soleil Entertainment Group aims to make a positive impact on people, communities, and the planet with its most important tools, that is creativity and art. So just further, let us try to understand in detail about the business universe. You can see that red oceans represent all the industries in existence today, the known market space. In red oceans, industry boundaries are defined and accepted, and the competitive rules of the game are well understood. Here, companies try to outperform their rivals in order to grab a greater share of existing demand. As the space gets more and more crowded, as we discussed, prospects for the profit and growth are reduced. Products turn into commodities, and increasing competition turns the water bloody. So that is what it becomes the red ocean then. And here the survival for the business organization becomes difficult. So blue oceans denote all the industries not in existence today. The unknown market space unentered by competition. That means the competitions have not entered into that market. In blue oceans, demand is created rather than fought over. There is ample opportunity for growth that is for both profitable and rapid. There are two ways to create blue oceans. In a few cases, company can give rise to completely new industries like eBay did with online auction industry. But in most cases, a blue ocean is created from within the red ocean. When a company alters the boundaries of an existing industry, we can take the example of Cirque here. They were in the red industry, red ocean, and finally they transformed the business, and they entered into the blue ocean where the profitability of that business organization has increased. So the authors are in the view that though blue oceans may be the new word, but it is not that the you have not seen it. Like look back 100 years and ask yourself which industries known today were then unknown. The answer industries as basic as automobiles, music recording, aviation, petrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, and management consulting were unheard of or had just begun to emerge. Even if I give my example, the telephone, the mobile, I have not seen before, but slowly it came. I have seen it practically. That earlier it was not existing, but it existed now. Telephone, mobile, television, computer, and nowadays the artificial intelligence and different technologies have come into the market. They are new. Now they are new, definitely. Looking forward, it seems clear to us that blue oceans will remain the engine of growth. Prospects in most established market spaces, red oceans are shrinking steadily. Technological advances have substantially improved industrial productivity, permitting suppliers to produce an unprecedented array of products and services. So just try to understand the difference between the red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy. So red ocean strategy compete in existing market space, but the blue ocean strategy create uncontested market space. In the red ocean, beat the competition, whereas in the blue ocean strategy, make the competition irrelevant. In the red ocean, again, exploit existing demand. In the blue